pride goeth before the fall.
Yes, it does.
What you got going on in there, lady?
Turkey brine.
Turkey brine. Good morning, beautiful people. No, good afternoon. It's a little bit late. Are you alright?
Pepper fumes and stuff.
Alright, so we are of the camp of brine your turkey. Always brine your turkey.
Yes.
We did it one year and it was like the most like moist, delicious turkey we'd ever had.
Yes.
Brining it is actually a little bit of forgiveness in case you might overcook it.
Right.
Which we don't usually overcook the turkey.
No, but it's just insurance.
Yeah.
And then it helps get all that flavor into the meat.
Get the salt and spices all throughout the bird. Makes for a really good turkey.
Yes.
We weren't gonna have turkey this year. We had settled on eating some ducks.
Yeah.
And our friend Jason over at Sow the Land called up this week and was like, "Hey, are you guys around? Can we come by?"
Yeah.
Sure, they came by. They brought us a turkey.
I know. We were so surprised.
It was like, oh, that's awesome.
We actually get turkey this year.
We get to eat a turkey this year. So thank you, Jason Lorraine. That was really cool of you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're having turkey. I think since we had pulled out the ducks,
I'm gonna do them.
we're just gonna cook the ducks too. Make a little room in the freezer.
Yes.
Yeah, we need all the room we can get.
I know.
It's gonna be a busy week next week. The week after Thanksgiving, we are putting bubbles in the freezer.
Yes.
All right, so today is the day before Thanksgiving. You guys will probably be watching this Thanksgiving Day, probably.
Yep.
So happy Thanksgiving to all of our American friends.
Yep.
Hopefully everybody has had or is having a great feast Thanksgiving. So it's a good time of year. This is the kind of kickoff for us for our really our month of
family holiday stuff.
Yeah. Back when I was at a shop, really the only time of year I could take off was around Christmas. Oil field stuff. I don't know why, but it seemed like it always slowed down around Christmas. And that was always when I took my vacation, was usually the week after Christmas to New Year's. It's kind of made this time of year special.
It has.
So you want to talk about what we are doing to make this December special?
Okay, so for the past couple of years, we have tried to have, I guess, like a theme, sort of. So the first year we moved in here, we got a projector and we made it like the year of movies, and the kids, like, almost every day we were watching a Christmas movie of some sort. This year we were like, well, what could we do special, you know, as a theme for the year for Christmas? And so we kind of came up with the idea of having what we are affectionately calling Fatty Christmas. So this is gonna be the year where I told the kids, I was like, you guys go through the cookbooks, think of things you want to eat, like special meals that we don't normally have, and treats and things that we don't normally have, and we'll just make them. I'll get the ingredients. We will spend a lot of our money, instead of buying like gifts and just focusing on stuff. We're gonna spend a lot of our Christmas budget.
We're gonna eat our Christmas presents.
We are gonna eat our Christmas presents.
So, you know, like cinnamon rolls, something you used to make, but it was too much work, and so you quit doing it. She used to make like caramels. Yeah. Like wrapped up little candy caramels. Yeah. Oh, they're so good. They're a lot of work.
They are a lot of work.
So we could do a small batch.
Yeah, we will.
So we'll do some, someone suggested something we haven't had in ages, which is chicken and waffles.
Yeah, we haven't.
Like, so
yes.
As we start like, oh, how about this meal or that meal? So one of our favorites is stuffed pork tenderloin. Yes. Stuff it full of, gosh, what?
Cream cheese,
garlic, onions, peppers. Oh, really good stuff. So that's what we are doing for the month of December. Yeah. We are probably going to gain some weight these holidays. You know, and not to be gluttonous or anything. It's not like we're just going to be gluttons, but we're going to make some of our favorite dishes that we have throughout the year. Yeah. But we're going to do it all in the month of December.
We just got tired of buying a bunch of stuff, and the kids didn't really need a bunch of stuff.
We call it vapid consumerism. Yeah. We don't like vapid consumerism.
So we just try to make memories instead of just stuff.
And I think everybody's going to remember
Fatty Christmas.
Fatty Christmas. So that's what we're affectionately calling it.
Yeah.
All right.
Starting with today.
On the note, Thanksgiving's really a good time to start off our Fatty Christmas tradition. Yeah. Getting the brine ready for the turkey. What else are you going to be making today?
I'll be seasoning the ducks. I gotta make pumpkin pie, chocolate mousse pie, and vanilla cake today. I got yeast getting ready for rolls. I'll be making cranberry sauce, and then I'll be assembling like the corn casserole and green bean casserole and all that stuff. So assembling as much as I can today, so tomorrow I gotta do is like bake them.
Cook a turkey and bake some stuff.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, then I'll get out of your hair because I have a project down at the barn that it's kind of a fix-it project.
Yeah, but very important for next week.
Very important for next week. So, all right. Tag. All right, like I said a second ago, I've got a repair project that I've got to do down here at the barn. A lot of you guys who've been with us for a while, you might remember I built somewhat of a crane. I guess that was in January. It was December or January when I built it. I built a kind of a gib crane off the corner of the barn. It worked great, but then it became a swing, and somehow one of the hinges broke. I guess the pipe that I used to make the barrel hinges, the way it broke, it almost looks like it was cast iron, which cast iron is very brittle, just snapped right off. So nobody got hurt, it just cracked, and we were like, hey, why is the crane kind of hanging crooked? And I was like, oh, it's one of the hinges cracked. So I machined up out of solid metal, solid steel, some new barrel hinges. So all I have to do is just pull the whole thing down, cut off the old hinges and weld the new hinges on. Well, here it is, almost December, and I'm just now getting to it. It's because it's kind of a hassle getting up there and pulling down that heavy bracket that's bolted to the corner. I just haven't had a minute and haven't felt like climbing up on a ladder. Today, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna get that fixed, and then we can use it next week when we do bubbles. So, I'm gonna get to work. So yeah, the way that broke, that's interesting. The weld didn't break. It was this section right, they call that the heat affected zone. Really weird break. It's like this pipe that I used isn't steel. I didn't know what it was. I just used it, and I mean, it worked. But now it's all gonna be made out of one piece of steel, way more better. All right, I gotta get grinding. All right, all prepped up, nice and hot. All right, I think I'm gonna take these inside, weld them inside. It's a little breezy today. Anybody who knows how to weld, if you've tried to weld in a breeze, it's not welding. It's a good way to make a weld that looks like Swiss cheese. So I'm gonna take this inside, do the welding in there. Have to clean up the welding table. Once again, it is buried. Not my fault this time. I actually did clean up last time I was down here. Wonder who could have left a mess? No comments. Before I get started, I know there's people who didn't see the last, I mean, that was almost a year ago. All right, so this is a barrel hinge, right? It's all full of dirt now because I dropped it in the dirt, right? So you have a pin and a barrel. Well, the way the heavier duty ones work, let me clean that off. So the way the heavier duty barrel hinges work, usually you see these in like real big heavy gates and things like that. It is just a hinge, but to make it a weld shop project and not a machine shop project, little ball bearing fits in there. I'll show you the new ones in a second. It's got all sorts of dirt in it. It's supposed to fit a little bit closer than that. But all of your weight will be bearing down on that ball bearing, and there's going to be oil and grease in there. And now you don't need a super accurate hinge. You just have to, you know, it has to stay straight, but then all of the load is on that ball bearing, which it can handle a lot of load. All right, so here's my new one, right? This was all machined out of one piece of metal. This is what I should have done in the first place, but I didn't have any metal at the time I made these. So this has got a grease cert in the top. Nice close fit. It's such a close fit on the ball that it doesn't want to come out very easy. So just a ball bearing goes in there. You can literally, like, that's an air cushion. You can actually pump enough grease in there, you could actually pop the thing off. I won't pump that much grease in. I'll just put a little bit of grease in at the start after I'm done welding it. But yeah, that's a barrel hinge. A lot of people saw that last time. They're like, oh my gosh, that's the answer to my gate problem I've been having. And then they went and bought a barrel hinge. You can buy barrel hinges. I just happen to make mine. Since I have a nice nifty little metal lathe over here, you can make all sorts of cool stuff like that. I just got to get these welded on that thing and then I can put it all back up. This project is not taking as long as I thought it was going to. It was just a matter of getting it down. I guess in my mind it was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a way bigger project, and then like all I have to do is the fun part now, weld it back on. Alright, I'm going to let this cool down and go put it back up. I actually have to let it cool down just so I can even test fit this and make sure everything fits. You never get something like this and try to test fit it up on location. Always test fit it in your shop. I have a feeling it's not going to quite want to line up and it's going to be tight, and it's really hard to deal with that up on a ladder. But I'm just checking to see if this fits, and it doesn't. That means it warped that much. Oh, it doesn't even fit. That means the weld distorted this so much.
Are you gonna have to widen it?
I think I have a 1-inch reamer. So close. It actually started now. Alright. I think I got it. It's a quick little project. I'll be done in no time. See, it's wanting to galled up. We should put some oil in there.
If it fits, then we can be done.
It's gonna be a little tight. Over there it'll swing good. Over here it's kind of tight. Do I have crane stamped to my forehead? I've been beating my head against this. You can probably see outside. It's like, yeah, it's 5 o'clock. This turned into an all-day thing, but I finally got it. I had not counted. Apparently it's been a while since I welded something with a tight tolerance. Because I welded these hinges, all the heat distorted the metal and caused those hinges to kind of do that. And so I didn't leave enough tolerance on the pin section to account for that. My fault, I just overlooked it. So yeah, once I finally got these opened up to where even the ball bearing, because I can't turn down the ball bearing. Those are so hard. I can't machine it, I can't do anything. So I had to open up the holes to accept the ball bearing after I'd already made the pins. I'd ground down the pins to where the pins fit. Yeah, just thing about working with red grease is it will get all over you. Okay. Man, that was an infuriating project. I cut those old broken hinges off and it was like, yeah, no problem, I'll be done by lunchtime. Here it is, dinner time. All's well that ends well. That was quite a project. Let's go inside. What are you yelling at?
Everything.
The woofing? You hear that dog barking? Yeah, that's what they do. Well, it looks like you actually had a very productive day.
I have to assemble the corn castle, and that's it for today.
Good job.
Yeah.
I'd high five you, but I'm horribly dirty. I hadn't counted on the welding of the hinge, causing the hinge to work.
Oh no.
So I should have actually done it. The right way to build barrel hinge like that, if you have access to a lathe, is you actually weld the bracket, or like a chunk of metal, onto the barrel hinge, and then it's basically you weld that to what you're putting the thing on. Well, if I had done that, I would have found first time I tried to put it together that it pulled, and I could have chucked it back up in the lathe and made it round again. But
Good brain exercise.
it was a good brain exercise.
Dinner's in the oven, so get ready, Sam.
Good. Say it again on camera.
Are you ready for dinner?
I have never been more ready.
Are you hungry?
I am pretty hungry.
Okay.
I mean, it's my fault. I came in, instead of having lunch, I ate a muffin.
That is your own fault.
And I legitimately thought when I came in here and took a lunch break, it's like, yeah, I got like 20 more minutes, I'll be good. Just got to go down there, weld that hinge on there, and put the thing up, and I guess I'll have to figure out what else I'm doing for the video today. Try to go with before the fold.
yes, it does.
Thank you for feeding me.
You're welcome. Do you feel better?
Yes, I was like this close from being very hangry.
Yeah. All right.
Frustrating project that took me way longer than I wanted to, and then not eating like I should have. You know, yeah.
Yep.
All the conditions were perfect
That's
for
right.
extreme hangriness.
Yeah.
It's all right. After tomorrow,
You won't be hungry for days.
I will be hungry for days. I hope all you guys, since you guys, this video will be out on Thanksgiving, I hope that you guys had or are having or plan to have a good Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We enjoy Thanksgiving. It's a fun
probably
family.
one of our favorite
Yeah, I think it's
holidays.
probably our favorite. I don't think it has been completely taken over and materialisticized like the
Right.
rest of the holidays.
Yes. It still is just what it is.
Yep, be thankful. So with that, happy Thanksgiving, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.